Yeah, so I think this video is definitely very important to upload first before I start making my videos about victim blaming and rape culture. Because this video, if you can see from the title, we are going to explore why are women deathly afraid of being raped, and I'm just going to talk about my opinions and why I think that so many women, or why this rape hysteria is even a thing, and of course, as always, I could be completely wrong, but this hopefully will garner a little bit of conversation going on, and I think is a good precursor to talk about rape culture and victim blaming in relation to how the feminists use it. So guys, as always, man, thank you for subscribing, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. There's been one thing that has oftentimes put me in a state of confusion about feminists. Well, no, that's a lie. There have been several things that have put me in a state of confusion about feminists, but one thing in particular that I'm going to focus on today is the irrational fear of rape that the feminists have. Now, I don't want anyone to misinterpret my words. I'm not saying that being afraid of being raped is irrational. No. I'm talking about being afraid of every second of every day that some guy is going to rape you, including in broad daylight and including in the middle of Walmart. I'm talking about that irrational fear. Because being afraid of being raped it's not a bad thing. It's okay to be scared of things. It's okay to be afraid, right? But the important thing is you learn how to deal with the fear, and you learn how to not to let the fear control you to a point where eventually you won't be scared anymore. So hopefully we can get to that point in the video too. But I want to talk about this fear. I want to talk about where did this fear come from, and I want to understand why the feminists and why these women are so scared of being raped. So understand, this isn't textbook. This isn't right or wrong. This is just my opinion. You guys can agree or disagree, and I could be completely fucking wrong, and that's okay. It's okay to be wrong. But yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of talk about what I see and why I think that so many young ladies and feminists are just deathly afraid of being raped. Yeah, so one thing that I hear from feminists all of the time when they decide to stop by on my channel or when I go watch some feminist videos is how they are afraid that some guy is going to jump out of nowhere and rape them, And then the other type of rape that they're deathly afraid of is that someone's going to spike their drink and they're going to wake up next to some guy they don't know. Or they're afraid that they're going to get blackout drunk and some guy is going to come and rape them. And their solution to the problem of rape is to tell rapists not to rape. Except when you're dealing with a psychopath or a sociopath, which by definition is somebody who doesn't care about morals or social rules and codes like that, that approach won't work. But that's their solution. I feel like it's a completely asinine solution because people already fucking know that raping someone is wrong. So I want to understand this. I want to understand, where does this fear come from? Why are women so afraid of being raped? And I think I've come up with 2 to 3 reasons as to why I think so. I think the major reason why so many women are scared of being raped is because they are constantly told by feminists that, 1, being raped is the worst possible thing that can ever fucking happen to you, and once you get raped, it causes irreversible damage that will stick with you for the rest of your life. And 2, they're told that every man is a potential rapist, and that the worst person or the biggest danger to a woman is someone that they're close to. I think those are 2 of the major reasons as to why women are deathly afraid of being raped. But then there's a 3rd reason why I think women are afraid of being raped. Right, so before we get to that 3rd reason, let's dissect the whole thing the 2 feminists tell them. So feminists tell women all the time that if you get raped, it's going to cause irreversible damage. And I say, no, it's not. Now, again, do not misinterpret my words. I'm not saying that getting raped is not a bad thing. It certainly is. It's horrible, and no one really deserves to be raped, right? However, I don't think that if you get raped, you're going to be damaged for the rest of your life. I don't think that at all. I don't think anything psychologically that happens to a human being cannot be fixed with reasoning, with being emotional, and being open. I feel like love conquers all. Loving yourself working towards getting over the hurdles is what's going to lead to self-recovery. I don't think anyone really needs a psychiatrist and all that stuff. But videos like those will be coming out soon over time. But, yeah, and so women are constantly fucking told that if they have sex, if they get raped, that they're going to be damaged and that something's going to hurt them. And I think for a lot of women who have been raped, haven't recovered because they're constantly being told that they're damaged, that they're constantly being told that they can't recover, that they can't be fixed now, that they're damaged goods. And thus, because they're damaged goods, I know a lot of women who get raped then decide to go off and do pornography because now they feel like they're in some sort of control, because now they feel like they get to choose who they're having sex with or not. And this is usually when they get raped at like a younger age, or when they get raped like in their teen years or something like that, at least from what I've seen. And that's one reason why I think some women go into that field. Now, of course, this isn't all, this is some. But yeah, so I think that's part of the reason why women are so scared, because they're constantly being told that you can't heal after you've been raped, that you're damaged, you're broken now, it's the worst thing ever. So then the second reason is feminists tell women that, and I've heard this several times, a lot of different white knight beta male bastards will say that the most dangerous person to a woman is someone she's close with. And I would say, well, no, probably fucking not. I think someone she's close with, I think a predator or a psychopath she has gotten close with, it's easier for them to rape her, yeah, but I don't think any guy close to her is the most dangerous thing to a guy. And I think it's really kind of hard to separate a psychopath or manipulator from someone who's genuine, because a psychopath and these manipulators are pretty fucking good at doing what they do, right? And so it causes paranoia, because I think in the woman's mind, she kind of gets scared and she can't say, well, is this guy really here for me, or is he going to rape me? I mean, all these feminists have shown me statistics that most rapes happen by someone the girl is close with, right? So apparently the guy they were close with was never really her friend. And I guess I haven't really read those statistics, but I mean, even still, I've been close with lots of women, and I've never raped them. I've never been friends with a rapist. So honestly speaking, to me, it just seems odd that so many women are scared to get close to men because they feel like they're going to get fucking raped. Yeah, and so when it comes to the statistics that men close to women end up being the ones who rape them the most, I can understand where the paranoia comes from for those women, or when women think like that. And it's a really damn stupid thing to say to women all the fucking time, that a man close to you is in the best position to rape you. I mean, one, it's somewhat obvious because you trust him and he's a manipulator and that's what he was gunning for. And two, again, you cause this mass state of paranoia that, oh my goodness, all guys want to fuck me, kind of thing. And so women think, oh, all guys are potential rapists. Guys own most of the people who rape women are close to them. Therefore, rape is constantly everywhere. Some guy's going to jump out and rape me. Even if I become friends with the guy, he's going to end up trying to rape me. Right? So I can understand the second reason. The second reason, because people keep telling them that they're in danger of being raped just by being friends with a fucking man. So yeah, I get that. I get it. I don't think it's healthy. I think that women, if they're truly that afraid of being raped, they should learn self-defense. They should learn how to get out of bad situations where they're going to get raped. And, of course, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh my gosh, you're victim blaming. But I say, well, let me ask you this question, okay? If I said that I'm afraid that if I go into a bad neighborhood and I walk by a group of people wearing red shirts, that they might attack me and attempt to steal some of my shit. Reason why is because this neighborhood is where a whole bunch of gang members from the Gang of the Bloods live in. So, as a precaution, I have learned several different martial arts and self-defense techniques to get out of said situation. So now, let's say I enter that situation and these guys come up and one of them tries to mess with me. I use my self-defense technique, just say, maybe I fight them off or maybe I run away or some shit like that. So I leave. Now, you're going to say that, well, you should not have had to learn how to defend yourself, sirs. Those gang members should have never put their hands on you. And to that I will reply, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, no one should try to attack other people for no fucking reason, and of course, no one should try to steal something from someone who's probably even more poor than they are. Yeah, I know this. However, that's not going to stop these bloods from attacking me. So in order to prevent this very real situation from happening, because I've actually had my sister had a friend who got stabbed by a Crip just because he was wearing a red shirt. That's how serious this shit is, right? So, in order to avoid these types of situations, or at least find the best way to get out of them, I study martial arts and I study self-defense to get out of them. Now, of course, it's not my fault that these guys attacked me. I didn't do anything to them. However, that doesn't mean that I can't take precautions or steps to attempt to understand how to avoid or how to get out of said situations. So if someone says that women should learn martial arts or women should learn self-defense, if they're really that scared of being raped, it isn't saying that it's your fault. It's not saying that you're to blame. It's just saying that you should take precautions to stop that shit from fucking happening. Because it's your life, and you have to live it. Right? And I think victim blaming is one of the dumbest fucking concepts ever created anyway, but that's not what this video is about. So now, here's the last reason why I think women are afraid of being raped. Now, the first two reasons kind of are the fault of the feminists. Actually, I think the whole rape hysteria is the feminists' fault. But here's my last reason. Now, again, you guys can agree or disagree, but this is just me. This is what I've been thinking. Because I think it's strange that we live in this day and age where every woman and every man is encouraged to go out and have sex and drink and do whatever they want to do with whoever they want to do. You can gay, pansexual, all these different sexualities. You can do whatever you want to do with whoever you want to do. And then there's this huge movement called slut shaming and slut walks and all that. So nobody can be called a slut for doing slut shit. We have this big, huge sexual revelation where women are told, go have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. And yet at the same time, they're afraid of being raped. They're told to have sex with whoever you want to have sex with, but they're afraid of being forced to have sex with someone they don't want to have sex with. I don't know. It was kind of strange to me how the most encouraged thing is at the same time the most fearful thing. But really, they're not. Rape and sex are two different things. Of course, rape is forcible penetration of the penis to the vagina, because remember, men can't get raped, and sex is consensual. It's a yes, it's a verbal yes, according to the feminists. It's an enthusiastic yes, according to the feminists. That's what sex is. And then, of course, the man always has to check in with the woman, while the woman, I guess, can't ask one question herself. I don't know what that's all about. So that's what the process of sex is to the feminist. Sex is, it's not an animalistic thing. It's not an open or emotional thing where two people get naked with each other and they share an experience for probably 5 seconds to 10 minutes. I don't fucking know how long sex lasts. The point that I'm making is that to the feminists, you know, sex is a long process of consent and people enthusiastically wanting to give in to things and people constantly checking each other, while rape is the complete opposite of that, and it's just a man forcing a woman or drugging a woman or getting a woman who got drunk of her own volition into having sex with them. And so again, women are encouraged to go out and party and get drunk and have sex. But that is also their biggest fear, and yet they think the solution to that fear is just to tell men not to rape women. And it's weird to me that that is their fear. Why are they so afraid of getting exactly what they fucking want? They want to have sex, but they don't want to be forced to having sex. So think about that one for a second. They want to have sex, but they don't want to be forced into having sex. You know, I guess the same way someone wants to eat cake, but they don't want to have someone hold it down and push cake into their fucking mouths. And then I thought about this. Now I could be wrong. It's okay if I'm wrong. Well, then nobody fucking gets hurt. But if I'm right, then we can take steps into removing that irrational fear that you have. I think that some of the women that are encouraged to be sluts are deathly afraid of rape, because they're losing their sexual power in that situation. Because remember, they want to have sex, but they don't want to be forced into doing it. The same way a child wants to have cake, but they don't want to be forced into eating it. In most situations, you're getting something good, something pleasurable. but you don't have control in that situation. You're not in power in that situation. And I guess, of course, getting raped can, I guess, hurts. I've never been raped, so I wouldn't know. But, I mean, there's also the pain that comes with being raped some women might be scared of. So, yeah. So, when you lose that power, because remember, the whole sexual revolution, the whole being sexually free is so women have control over their bodies. But even if they're forced to get exactly what they want, it isn't what they want, because they want to be in control. So a lot of feminists I hear all the time, rape is about power. It's not about sexual gratification, it's about power. And I think the third reason why so many of these women or these feminists are scared of being raped is because it is an expression of the masculine power that men have over women. Now again, I could be completely wrong, and if I am wrong, nobody fucking gets hurt. But if I'm right, well, then that means we can figure out some way to deal with this irrational fear of losing fucking power. Because sex really should not be about power, but I guess I'll save that for another video for another time. So yeah, that was the 3 reasons why I think some women might be afraid of being raped, or to an irrational point. And those 3 reasons are, 1, they get told that rapists lurk everywhere. 2, they get told that the closest person to them is also least more likely to rape them. And 3, they are afraid of losing the power that they have in the sexual realm. So, yeah, ladies, if any woman stops by to watch this video, let me level with you here for a second. Because I see lots of women come on my channel and they will say to me, well, you're a man and you don't understand what it's like to be afraid that someone's constantly going to rape you. Be constantly afraid of the people around you. Okay, well, level with me here. I do know what it's like to be afraid of things. And if we're going to be specific about things, I remember when Trayvon Martin was shot and killed, I was deathly afraid that if I go out at night, and I'm going to get shot and killed too, because me and Trayvon Martin were literally, we were the same height, we weighed the same amount, and we both lived in Florida, right? So I was afraid that some shit might happen to me if I go out late at night and no one can see that I'm not doing anything to anybody. That was a fear of mine for a little while. However, I still had to walk to the bus, in the dark of night because of daylight savings. I still had to get to the bus, and then I still had to walk 1.5 miles up to the FSCJ campus where I took my classes. I still had to do that, even though I was afraid that something might happen. In fact, the whole reason I even know martial arts is because lots of people back when I was in middle school told me that Robert E. Lee is a place where a bunch of crazy niggas reside, and they were right, and that it is possible that I could get into a fight. So the whole reason I even started this journey of martial arts and learning how to fight was because I was scared. I was afraid that if someone wanted to fight me, or if someone picked on me, that I needed to be prepared to deal with them should they put their hands on me. Now, I'm lucky enough to where I never had to beat the dog shit out of anybody, right? That's a great thing. But it's even greater that I had the knowledge that I had. Because should I have had to have been in that situation, which I almost got into like 4 fights, I was then prepared with my training for martial arts and all the exercise that I had done. And because a lot of people thought that I was really nice and I couldn't fight, the shock value would give me an edge in that battle. So that's really good. The point that I'm making is that men, or at least I have been, scared of something. I was even afraid of the bitch from The Exorcist for a very long time. However, what I had to do was deal with it. I had to deal with the bitch from The Exorcist. I had to deal with people bullying me. I had to deal with the very real possibility that somebody might jump out and attack me. I had to fight that with martial arts. And while some man can come up behind me with a bat and sling it upside my head and instantly fucking crack my skull and kill me, that is possible. And while somebody can get on top of a roof and snipe me and I'd never see it, I cannot live my life in fear because there's shit that I have to do. Right? And that's what I want you ladies to get. It's okay to be scared. Fear is alright. Fear is rational. You should be scared of some things. However, you should not let that fear control your life. because there certainly are lots of ways to deal with it and be prepared for some situations. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you're going to be prepared for every situation in life ever, but I say it's a little bit of a tranquilizer, if you will, for lack of a better word. So, yeah, I definitely think women should learn some martial arts, because more than just self-defense, martial arts provides something a little extra to the life that a lot of people don't realize, and that will be the subject for a video in the future. So if you take one thing out of this video, ladies, please understand it's okay to be scared, but don't let it run your life. So with that being said, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you agree, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and shoot some comments down below, but it's time to sign off. So guys, if you like this video, please go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below, and as always, have a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.